Hello there, welcome back everyone. This is Mr. Optimism again. We are joining you from Fairbury Speedway in our Midget class. We're still in the first season of our local series here. And as we get practice underway, we are trying to feel out our car a little bit. Knock the dust off. Make sure we're not too rusty. Getting these laps in. That time 12.006 is going to be our fastest practice lap. We are in qualifying. Our setup has not changed for qualifying here. We're going to see what we got. And I'll also take the time to note that we upgraded our tires. Level 2, upgrade 3. So we do have a little bit of an upgrade for this race. Hopefully it will give us the boost we need to start making some positions up. Alright, so 39th. For qualifying, time of 11.881. We're going to make a change to our setup for this heat race. We're going to go to 37% on our setup. I'll stop using the term loose. I think it's clear what we're selecting here. So we're in 7th place, getting back to the race. Trying to figure out where our car is going to hook up and get some traction. Hunting down 6th place. And we got him. Let's see if we can hold him off. Not that 6th or 7th is going to matter much. I think we're going to wind up in the B feature here. By the looks of this. To go here. Our final position is going to be 6th. So, doing my best to try to keep the ball rolling. We're going to be in the C main, and we're going to change our setup. We got to try to get something here. We're going to go, our setup is now 62%, and we need to make the top 5 to make our B main. We're sitting in 2nd with 18 to go. tracking down Richardson here. 14 to go. I want to try to keep as close as we can to him because we're online. It feels like we're picking up speed here. I'm tracking down. We don't necessarily need to go chase him down to the bottom like he's. That one worked. Look at that. Okay, we're going to get around the outside. Where did that burst of speed come from? Let's see if we can hold this. There we go, coming out of that turn. So we're going through midway through the corner and we're carrying our speed. No flag. So first place with 7 to go. We got some competition coming up. Got Brooks there. As long as we if we can maintain our speed coming out of that corner, we got a real shot winning this thing. Ooh. In there. Okay. Sit in front of him. Try to do that. Okay, now we're going to increase our lead a little bit. 1 lap to go. We're leading our C main. Just hold this line. We don't need to run up on 17. Alright. So first place in the C main. I'm going to go to the B main. Starting near the back. And we've not made a change to our setup. You know, part of the racing is figuring out your line, and I'm not gonna change my setup if it's my issue, right? If it's my driving line. So during the C main, we got some laps in, we got our driving line figured out. Again, we're trying to be optimistic. And now we're going to go try to fight and make our way to the A. Sitting in 11th. This is going to be a little tough getting past it. Here we go. Inches at a time. Ooh, right around. Oh, easy. Find that needle. Ooh, I'm gonna clip the tire there. Accident, racing incident, I call it. 10 laps to go. We're sitting in 8th. Touch. Alright, no flag, we got to restart, so we know we're not gonna get an advantage on the restart. So we've got to try to keep it tight, keep it close here. And the good thing is, you know, we got the cars we know we need to pass right in front of us. We need to get to 5th. The only question is, are we going to have enough motor to get there? 6th. Caution. Okay. On the restart. A little bit. Go 6th place. Alright. 7th. Got us at the end. Okay. So we finished the B in 7th. Did not make the A feature, which means we finished 25th, final position. We remain in 21st on our season standings in the midget class. We've also now got a local sponsor, Speedfire Engines. We've expanded into UMP Modified. We've also hired a crew chief for our Michaels. But I won't get too much into the crew part in the menus of the game. I will just be putting racing. If I am able to do some streaming later, hopefully, fingers crossed, that's where I'll do, you know, the menu interactions and stuff like that. So we're in practice here, moving on to the next track. We are at Elm Creek Raceway in the Midget series. And as we go through practice here, we are just trying to get a feel for the car, feel for the track, maybe what direction we want to go on our setup. Considering our goal is 10.675, that kind of gives us the baseline where we want to try to get to. The problem is, where do we get our speed? Where do we get our speed? There's a few tracks, you know, kind of feel built the same way, at least racing them. But it just seem too small almost for some of the cars. But that's part of racing. Everyone will be able to deal with it. Everyone in this case being a computer. So. Get a few more laps in here than usual. See, we're still practicing, making minor setup changes. At the end of this, I will provide the setup and the time. That was fastest. Practice session here, or another part of the practice session, I should say. The practice session being timed, we have 53 minutes left. Get this practice portion started. I'll just let it run and I'll sit back until qualifying. Alright, so that completes our practice run. We had a fastest lap time 10.725 and that setup was 37%. So we did not meet our goal, meaning we need to work on our driving some more. I mean, some upgrades would help, but let's be honest, let's be real. So now we're in qualifying. Our setup is 50%. Let's see, 30th. Time of 11.192. We're going to go into our heat without a setup change. And just see what we can give them. Still trying to figure out the line that's going to work for us. Whoa, that was a monster. I think I want to see that again. Let's watch in slow-mo. Look at that flip. Alright, as we get started again, we're in 7th place. And we're just working on how to get around this track more efficiently. And hopefully, the more efficient we are getting around the track, the faster we are. Go in our heat race, 7th place. And that's where we'll end up. So, we're going to be going to the B feature, the B main. We're going to be running 37% on our setup. Top 5 to advance to the A feature. So admittedly this track has not been my favorite in this class of car. But the thing to remember is each lap we get, there's just more data. Okay, we got bumped a little now. Each lap we take is more data to make better choices later. Be fast and clean is, I think, where I'm trying to describe this track. This track and others like it. There we go. 10 laps to go here. Sitting in 8th position. Just trying to find some speed. Getting through these turns. Whoa. Somebody's in a hurry. Eight laps to go. Whoa! Right in front of us. Let's check it out. Let's take another look in slow-mo. That's a tough one. Here we go on the restart. Five laps to go in the B feature. And race clean and fast. 3 laps to go. We're getting the top 5. Get to the top 5 and finish in 8th in the B feature, which gives us a final position of 28th and drops us 1 spot back in the season standings to 22nd. So moving on to our next race, I'm just going to jump right into it. Want to keep the flow going, and we're going to go back to our micro sprint series. We are at Fairbury Speedway. We've upgraded our engine, level 2 upgrade 1, and for our practice setup we are at 50% loose, which I said I was going to stop saying. I will work on that. So some tracks we may have multiple portions of the practice, which would be the tracks we are deficient at typically. Looks like we're going to wind down our practice session. Fastest lap time 11.630. We're going to tighten up our setup here for qualifying, and let's see how we do. Cross the line in 30th, time of 11.821, and we're going to tweak our setup a little bit back to 50% for the heat here. 5 laps to go. We're sitting in 5th position. Last lap, 5th place on the heat. And it looks like that's where we're going to wind up. So we're going to find ourselves in the B main. And we're going to take our setup back to 37. Try to navigate our way through the field. We're already up several positions here, sitting in 9th. Racing is tight. 7th. The outside line. Ooh. And outside position. This is back to the discussion of trying to keep our momentum up. And on a track like Fairbury, we can do that. He tried to get me, didn't he? Running pretty good. No, we don't want to do that. No. Caution? No caution? Well, that's certainly my fault. Yeah, I guess that kind of brings up part of the online racing, multiplayer racing. You know, nobody wants to take responsibility for their racing. Like that was me running into the wall. We have to try to, in order to be better, we have to learn where we're deficient and improve those areas. We have to accept that we are deficient, right? So, on the previous track, like Elm Creek, in the Midget series, it's just, whoa, big wreck. I'll come back to my discussion in just a minute. Yeah, look at that hit. One time in slow motion. Okay, so as we get going on the restart here, I'll just pick up where I was kind of talking earlier, and that's just, you know, playing video games. It's difficult because you don't have somebody being critical of you, and then we take that criticism as negativity rather than, you know, pick a word. And we associate with these negative words all the time rather than just considering them being a descriptor. So my only point is, I'll try to wrap this up. My only point is, this is no different than what professional athletes are doing. We are critical of ourselves so that we can become better, and rather than thinking we're the best all the time. And we're in third. So we finished the B in third. We're going to advance to the A feature starting 21st. 40 laps. We've changed our car setup to 25%. And I think as we upgrade our car, we're going to be making even more tweaks to the setup to balance the lack of speed that we came from where we came, right? So as we improve our car, the driving is going to feel different, and we may need to free things up. We may be able to, I should say. And the important thing to remember is setups are going to vary person to person. It will depend on probably if you're using a controller like me or a wheel. I have not raced this game with a wheel. I do have a wheel practically on standby. Maybe one day I'll try it. But, oh, big pile up. I didn't see what happened there. Just a big pile up and stop on the track. Okay, I think that was a pause screen. Another pause screen. I guess I'll take the time to say those pause screens are probably when I have to tend to my young one. I try to record when I can. Sometimes it's bedtime and I'm needed, so that could be the cause of some of those. Right, so I'm 17th in our A main caution. Didn't see anything. Make our way through the field here. We started 21st, so we're up to 17th, 16th now. And the thing is, like I'll probably just repeat myself, as we get laps in, we're getting more and more comfortable with the car. And especially around traffic. I find like the micro sprint and the midget to be the most difficult on the controller. There you go. Whoa! I saw something behind me. Caution, let's take a look. So let's take a look. We are behind the 77 here. And then, as we go into turn 3, he tries to get alongside of us and gets clipped. So here, we get in front of him. Tries to go back inside. Right. Back to racing on the restart here. 12th. We're gaining position. We started 21st after progressing from the B feature. Review that one. If it looks interesting, I'll put it in slow-mo. But sometimes I get cautious of it. Not that bad. Or the wrecks aren't that interesting. Into something there. And we start 10th place. So we're up 11 positions from 21st. 9 laps to go. Looking at outside work. Carrying the speed through the corner. A little bit of the wall. Place. Oh, there's a big wreck. Wow, that's a good. Let's take a quick look at this car tumbling. Alright, restart here. Laps to go. 8th place. We have our driving around this way. But these guys. So we're probably gonna have to get some more upgrades before we can be as competitive as we want. 1 lap to go. We're gonna stick our nose in there. 8th place. Good race for early on in our career. We finished 8th. We have made a move up to 11th. In the season standings, we've also gained a local sponsor, Win Tires Tire Shop and Service. So we'll have to thank them for the sponsor money they're providing us in our career mode. And we're on to the 4th race of this episode, Micro Sprint Series at Limaland Motorsports Park. We have upgraded our engine again from level 2 upgrade 1 to level 2 upgrade 3. Let's see how that helps us. We ran our practice at 62%. Our fastest time was 12.361. Now, in qualifying, we're going to run our qualifying at 75%. And let's see how we do. across the line here in 22nd with a time of 12.501. We're going to advance to our heat. We're going to run 50%. Sixth position here. Top 5 advance to the A main. Okay, we're going to keep it right out. Give it a little space. I think that was a little space. Trying to race cleanly. There we go. Okay. Slide drive. Let's see if we can get around this. There we go. Good. Get around 4th. 2 laps to go. We can get around him. We can get around him. We got good momentum here. We are going to stick our nose in. That's right. 1 lap to go. We're going to make the A main here. If we keep it up. Hey, hey. 4th place. We're going to start the A main in 14th position. We've seen an improvement tightening our car so far. And so now we're going to drop down a little bit more. We're going to go to 37% for our car setup. Tight racing here. Yep. Couldn't thread that needle, could we? Ooh. Wall tap. So around 15 there. Yep. Good fight here for 12th. Ooh. Cars there. That is Mr. Optimism's fault. For that one. 24 laps to go in the A main. So it's tricky fighting through the traffic. And it's okay, we gotta be patient. Wait a little bit. Wait for that line to open up. Okay. Touching too high. We got around 10 there. Oh, that gave some positions. We're now up to 7th on the restart. After that little collection right there, that little tap that I just gave that guy is what I try to permit on the restarts. It's difficult. Yeah, that one could have been avoided. Should we give him a spot back? I'll probably try to. There it goes. Yeah. And there's the wall. So I'm gonna hold our position here. Trying to get around 7th here. 15 to go. We're holding our own. The outside is working for us, and we've got a caution. Start. Get back to the driving line so we can get comfortable again. Letting it go. Top 5 here. Okay, more speed than what we thought. Not enough space. Keep going here. Until the end of the race. 5 to go. What we need to do. Oh my goodness, we got a wreck. Let's see that again briefly. Alright, back on the E-main here. We'll restart. Alright, so 7th. At the end of the race. 2 laps to go. And we've got 0 tear-offs. 1 lap to go. We're in 5th. 6th. 5th. Around the final 2 turns. We can't see. 5th place. How about that? Well, that is it for this episode. We are in 10th place in our season points after that in the Micro Sprint Series. And after this race, we had the regional series become available, which we'll do after the local series. We've also expanded into the 305 Sprint, which we'll see a little later on. We've also hired a sponsor agent and a mechanic for our Midget class. And that's going to do it. This is Mr. Optimism. I hope your day goes well, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. Thanks. Bye.